The VIPs have arrived in the third episode of Season 3, but for all I care, this could stand for very inadequate people because I think they are the worst part of this show. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. It is time to review Episode 3 of the third season, and at the end of this, we are halfway through the final season of Squid Game. The VIPs have arrived. First of all, we see them dressed as soldiers, dressed as guards. They're eliminating the people that did not complete, the people that failed hide and seek, and then later it's revealed that they're not soldiers, they're actually the VIPs, and they just wanted to get their hands a little bit dirty. They wanted to kill some players. They take their masks off and it's just a bunch of generic white guys and an Asian woman. It looks like she could have been part of the games. Later on, when we find out they're the VIPs, just nothing really happens. Once again, like Season 1, they bet on the players during the next game, and I just don't think the VIPs add anything at all. And to me, it just looks so phony. They don't come across as actual VIPs. We're supposed to believe that these are like mega rich people, and it just looks like a bunch of fucking bums wearing suits that just don't fit them. It's like, these don't look like rich people. They look like people pretending to be rich, and I know, it's a TV series, everyone's pretending, everyone's acting to be someone they're not, but I think the VIPs, especially this season, they reminded me of like those lame ads that you get. Oh, here's a billionaire, and it's just some, basic guy in a suit. They don't look like actual important people.
No, they don't. I think it ruined Season 1. It was the glass bridge game. It takes you out of it, and it took me out of the end of this. Like, you've got serious situations happening. People are getting killed. Decisions are being made, and it's cutting to these guys drinking with fucking gimp masks on, and we figurines bouncing over a bridge. It's like been minimised 100 times to showcase the game right in front of them. It's just fucking crap. And even the scene where it begins, the old white guy nearly gets stabbed to death, and there's not even like, the acting's just shit. Because you're led to believe that, well, he shouldn't really be getting in a situation where he's nearly getting stabbed, and it was almost like he was loving it.
Very important person almost died to a jobber. Number 728 or something.
There was no sign of him being scared or nothing, man.
Also, in Season 1, at least you had Jun Ho infiltrating that area, and he captured one of the VIPs, and you had that element of it. That doesn't appear to be here this time. It's just a bunch of people that are supposed to be rich, betting on games, but there's just not an interesting character between them. So the VIPs really take me out the game. This one was I think a slower episode, to be honest. We get all the players come back to the main waiting area. We see the baby, but for some reason, Mr. Coinman, Myung Ji, he doesn't want to really go over. I guess he feels bad for killing Hyungjo, and therefore he stays away from his baby and Yun-hee. But for me, that didn't make any sense. I mean, he did technically save her in that last game. If he didn't turn Namju away, then he would have probably killed everybody in that room because they were blue players, and by eliminating them, it would have, added money to the prize fund. So, and eliminated 2 more players. So, I mean, technically, yeah, he went on a bit of a killing spree. He killed Yun-hoo, who I guess helped his girlfriend give birth, but that's still no reason, I think, for him just to avoid her for this entire episode. Why not actually show us a scene where he goes over and she says, "Stay away from me," or something like that?
Yeah, there's been enough, just a wee dodgy, couple of dirty looks, but I believe in episode 4 he's going to make some form of sacrifice to get her across the bridge. I think that's what it's building up to, but you're right. It's like, it is his kid, and as we talked about in the last review, yeah, he killed her at the door, but he didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like, it wasn't the most cold-blooded of kills, and also, man, everybody in here to a degree has done something dark.
Yeah, I mean, also at the end of the day, that's in their rules, man. It's like not great, but you go into these games. It's not like he killed her in the waiting area. It was like a murder. It was literally part of the game. If you're in the red team, you have to try and kill people in the blue team.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, he'd already passed, and I get it. But let's say he doesn't kill Hyunju. Hyunju could potentially have an opportunity to kill him in the next game.
I think once the games are on, all bets are off.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, unless you go into the game and you have an alliance, then you kind of betray someone, then you could argue that's shady. But I think under the rules of that game, I don't think him necessarily killing Hyun-joo was a bad thing. Because, I mean, there would be people on the red team that weren't bad people, but simply had to kill in order to survive, or else they would die. Speaking of saving his kid, or Hyun-ji saving her kid, Jum-ja, she certainly did not save her. She killed Young-suk at the beginning of the last episode, and honestly, didn't seem like she had any sort of remorse, or it didn't feel like it was bothering her that much. Let's put it that way. She was more focused on Young-hee and her child, and
stop the game!
she demands, pleads for everybody to stop, but we do the vote.
It's just cringe, man. Honestly, well, it's not cringe. It's just fucking repetitive. How many times did she do this in the last one? I mean, maybe she's taking out the guilt that she's, killed her son. She's screaming, but it's like I just don't understand it, man. I swear to fuck, I feel like we've seen this scene with her about 3 or 4 different times.
Yeah,
the voting is just overdone.
Yeah, she's begging the players to stop, but they ain't going to stop. Of course they're not going to stop. Now, I mean, technically at this point, if you leave, then you get all the money that's allocated right now split between you. So, for me, that surely should give people more of an incentive to stop.
No, I totally agree. Like, I think there was 25 left after the last game, beginning of this episode. That's a lot of...
Let's see when it gets...
a lot of one,
let's take us down to the final 2. Why would you take a 50-50 chance of dying and not getting any money when you can walk away and get half the money, which is still a shitload?
Oh, I know, of course.
I mean, at what point is it actually retarded just to not take the money?
It's getting there.
I think we're at that point. I mean, I think they calculated it right now. It's about 1.7 billion between each player. That's a lot of money. I know we ripped the piss out of, Juan's not got much value, but 1.7 billion?
Let's find out what that is.
Right.
I'll find that out there.
He's going to find out how much that worth that is. Then we see Jum-ja. She pleads with Ji-hun to help Yeon-hee. Yeon-hee needs all the help. Her and her baby. We need to save her. So we got an answer.
909,000. So
I mean, that's a lot of money. Come on.
Basically, you're not far off a millionaire.
But in Korea, you'd be a billionaire. So she pleads with him to, stand up. It's not your fault. You can't keep blaming yourself. We gotta stand up and be strong. We gotta help Yeon-hee. And meanwhile, Coin Man just looks on, doesn't come over, doesn't interact, doesn't even say hello to his new baby. It's like, what the fuck is he doing? And then the next day, they wake up and a casket comes in and it's for Jum-ja. She's killed herself. Was it I don't know, was her son's death hitting her hard? Possibly. Was it maybe humanity? Her seeing people continue to play the game and not vote to leave? We don't know, but again, just very repetitive. Reminded me of season 1 when the guy killed his wife in the marbles game. And then he took his life before the next game.
Yeah.
And that's literally what's happened to you. The only difference is, instead of a husband taking his wife's life and then self-deleting himself, it's a mother essentially taking her son. So
I don't understand why she's done this, though, because it's like, she literally killed her son to save her and the baby. You feel like she would keep herself alive.
Yep.
As long as possible to
help
her chances.
I mean, at this point, she'd have been better off. I know she did offer to give herself up, but she'd have been better off just grabbing her son by the arm and making him kill her.
Yeah.
So she's dead, and then I guess Ji-hun sees her death, and he's like, right, I need to man up here, and I need to step up, and I need to help Yeon-hee, because, I mean,
he's finally snapped out of his wee trance.
Yeah, she's not got many allies left. Woo-suk, he's on to Captain Park. He goes to Captain Park's house. He sees photos of him fishing. Well, first of all, he was checking out the other fishermen, and no one's heard of Captain Park. And they haven't heard of the other guy who was with Captain Park either. So both of these sailors, both of these captains of the ships, looks like they're both frauds. He checks Captain Park's house, gets attacked by a dog, manages to put the dog down, bang, shot in the head. And then he looks at the photos on the wall, and he notices that one of the guys that is standing with Captain Park on his boat is none other than the recruiter that he seen in season 2, and he shot his boss. So at this point, he realizes that Captain Park is definitely in on it. He goes outside, he sees one of the guard suits with the mask, and he also sees a shitload of won stashed underneath this, it's like an underground barrel or something, like a hole that was dug. But before he can do anything, police arrive and he gets arrested. So, yeah, not ideal. I'll see if he can talk his way out of
No,
it.
no, it's mad though, right? He could have gave this information, right, to Jun So, and also pocketed the money for himself.
Yeah, but he doesn't want the money. He just wants revenge for his boss, so.
No, true, but here's a fucking lot of money. But then, I say that it's a lot of money, but how much of it would have fit in that piggy bank? Above the players' room?
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I mean, obviously it would fit, but I mean, how much? I mean, well, it's 50,000 wands, one note, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that's a lot. I don't know, it's a lot. Right, then we get introduced to the game, so it's very similar to the the bridge game, only this one's a bridge that you don't have to step over, but you have to jump because it's like a skipping rope, and the middle part of the bridge is broken, so you have to get across from one side to the other. Yun-hee brings her baby with her, which I thought was a really dumb idea. However, when you compare this to, I don't know if I'm right in season 1, after they complete the stepping stone bridge, I don't think they go back to the main area.
No, they do.
No, I know they're in a different area when she gets killed, but I don't know if I think that's a different area.
No, they definitely go back to that, I remember.
Well, the lights are on and it looks different.
No, it was definitely the same because Ji-hun goes up to the guards to try and get her help, and in between that...
You sure it wasn't a different room?
No, 100%, the same room.
Well, I don't know why
Yeah, but she doesn't know that, you know what I mean? It's like the baby should just get... I mean, I get it, right? If she leaves the baby there and survives and comes back, it's not there, holy fuck, but... I just... Surely that risk is better than taking the baby to the game.
Just doesn't feel like that. I think that the guards are wrong here. The front man always talks about how fair and given an equal opportunity.
VIPs wanted it though, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, potentially, but I think the fair thing should be for her to be able to leave her baby and the baby's like looked after or at least not harmed, and she can go and play the game.
Well, see, you know what the problem is for me?
And also, I think her taking the baby puts it in harm's way.
The baby is not a player, right? What happens if the baby's like one of the final two? Are you trying to tell me that someone's going to split half the fucking wine? Oh, that wine without killing it? Fuck, of course they're going to kill it, man.
So they get. I think she's just putting the baby in danger. So they get to the game, and you have to get across the bridge. We have Namju. He's freaking out. He needs his drugs. Minsu has got the wee container. He shows him it. Namju wants it, so Minsu throws it onto the bridge because no one else was going. So I guess this was kind of their way of going, right, well, here, somebody's got to go. So this means
this was very clever.
Yeah, Namju's going to go for it then, and he gets across to the halfway point, and he's doing pretty well, and he picks up his little necklace, and he looks inside to take some drugs, but it's empty. So he's been outsmarted here, and I guess at this point he just doesn't really give a shit that, or at least he momentarily forgets that the skipping rope's coming down. It catches him, knocks him off the bridge, and he falls about 500 feet. It looks like this bridge is even taller than the previous one. Unless it was just, I don't know, could have just been the angle we were seeing. So he's the first one to die. And at this point, I think there's only like 15 minutes to go. You've got 20 minutes to get across. You can go in any order, or you can go multiple people at a time. So Ji-hun goes with the baby, because Jun-hee can't really go. Her legs all messed up, her ankles completely bruised. I don't see how she's getting across with help or on her own or carrying a baby. So Jun-hee says he will go and he'll come back for her. And the whole time, Mr. Coinman, Myunji, is just doing nothing. It's like, wouldn't he go over and say, look, you might not like the fact I killed that tranny woman, but this is my baby, and I said I was going to do everything to help you survive, and I'm going to do that. I think that they've almost ruined Mr. Coinman's character. The fact he's kept this distance the whole time, and he's allowed another man to cross the bridge with his child. To me, this is damage that you cannot reverse.
Yes, and I feel like the only way for him to even begin to reverse
No, I don't think he can.
No, I don't think he can, but I think the only way for him is to sacrifice himself.
Nah, that doesn't even make any sense. Not for me. Not for me.
No, I agree. The damage is done, but I don't see a scenario where he lives.
I'm not even saying that he can't allow Jun-hee to take his child across the bridge. Maybe he thinks that Jun-hee's got the best, abilities and best chance of doing it. But the fact that he's just stood there and not even had a conversation about it, and not even interacted and went over a game plan, or gave the permission, or gave the okay, or even say, right, Jihan, you try and get my child across, and I'll look after Yun Hee. The fact he's not even got involved, completely butchered his character. But again, you look at how he acted in that last game, and he started like just killing people that he didn't necessarily need to kill in order to pass the game. Is he crossing to the dark side? Is he becoming an antagonist rather than a protagonist? I mean, maybe, possibly. But Jihan finally gets across, and then more people will come across. I guess they watch how Jihan did it. Although he did get stuck at the halfway point because there is a big hole, big gap in the bridge. So, yeah, we have that. He gets across eventually, then more players join. The first couple of players I don't even think have any names. Or
this was the problem though, because like once he gets across, he's like, "Oh, I'll come back." But then if you're meeting people in the middle, they're not going to be like, "Well, you just squeeze past us here and you go."
Yeah, he tried to come back, but people were already on the bridge.
And also, looking at my time we're wasting, folks, right? Realistically, I think it's going to take each person a minute. Now, you can do it quicker, right? But, it's life or death, literally, so you don't really want to, speed run it or go too slow. I think it's going to at least take him 3 minutes to get across, go back, then get back across, especially when he's carrying a baby. Second time, it's just him, but the third time, he's carrying her. So, 3 different weight distributions.
I reckon
you got to factor that in.
I reckon you'd be better. I think you could make a case your best way to get across this is literally just running it. Because you can run and jump while the skipping rope comes down at the same time. And if you're running across this,
you get
realistically,
so much more distance.
How many jumps would you need to complete? If you can take the gap in your stride and you can jump while running, I reckon you could maybe get across this in 2, 3 at the most skips.
Do you not think?
And I think
there should be like a Squid Game amusement park where you can do these games. Well, obviously,
I mean there will be.
No, there will be. Well, will there be yet? That's the key thing. But I'm talking about a specific game because it would actually be good to try out different things.
Techniques.
Yeah. But obviously, see in the moment here, as much as we think running might be the better idea, it is.
It's riskier.
It's a lot riskier.
I mean, it's riskier, but you look at...
It's the sort of thing you try with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at Jihan's tactics. There's, 24 people playing here? 23? Not everyone can afford to waste the amount of time he did. Now, you could argue, well, if they're not all waiting one at a time, then everybody can technically take 3 minutes because multiple people are going at the same... But I don't know. I think we will see the clock tick down, and I think we will see people begin to speed it up. We've seen a guy during the bridge game in the first season. He tried to speed run it, and he actually made like 4 or 5 steps before he crashed through. He realised that my chances of getting across are fucking pretty much nothing. So he just kind of lost the plot and went for it.
I think this one's much easier than the bridge. I mean, the bridge one's just
the bridge one's is chance, isn't it? Really, it's all about
designed to kill people. This one, I feel like, is quite easy to a degree. I mean, realistically,
yeah, I think the pressure to continuously time that jump would be tough.
No, it is. But 24 people go into the bridge one, 24 people go into this one.
Well, 24 people can survive this one. It's the chances of 24 people surviving the bridge one is fucking impossible.
But you know what? The guy at the end pushing other people off. I mean, realistically, shouldn't Jihan just kill him?
Yeah. So I think
he can't risk going back if this guy's there with the baby.
I think his number. Yeah, and you wouldn't even really trust the baby, would you? Without this guy, who's to say he wouldn't throw the baby off there? So I don't know, but yeah, I think it's number 96. He gets across second, and then he tries to help other players across, but as soon as they make it, he pushes them off to their death. Jihan asks him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm playing the game." So, yeah, this guy's going to be a problem. If Jihan doesn't... I mean, if Jihan was fucking selfish, you could argue, well, yeah, why not let this guy push everybody off? But Jihan's not going to do that.
No, he's not. But I tell you what, though, see if like the biggest dog in the fucking yard got across first, you could just spam this manoeuvre. Push everybody off and take all the land for yourself.
You could, but at the same time, I guess you do risk someone could jump across, grab onto you, and maybe pull you off with them. So
absolutely. No, but see, once this guy has done this, right, to one person, he cannot be trusted.
No, I mean,
so once like 5 people got across and decided you killed him, this guy's just put a target on his back.
Yeah, he pretty much has to kill everybody that comes across now. Yeah, he's not going to make it. We all know that. Well, I think we can agree with that. Right, episode time. You know what? I do like the game. The bridge game was, I think, my favourite game in the season 1. This game, don't know if it's as good as the bridge game, but it's different. So I like the fact. I mean, it's similar but different, and I like that. I think it'd just be lame if they completely, copied it and did the same game. But I don't like the VIPs. Be completely honest. I don't mind.
I don't like the cuts between the game and the VIPs. I hate that, man.
No, but I don't mind Ryu Suk, to be honest. I think he's alright. I don't mind his character. I kind of enjoyed him discovering the truth about Captain Park, but to me, I would just get rid of the VIPs.
Yep.
Also, the frontman and Noel, they had a bit of a conversation. She says, right, you let me number 16 escape here, or else I'll reveal everything.
And then they find out, it was actually not the Doctor wearing the 246 jacket, so who the what's happening there, buddy? A lot going on there, so... A lot of moving parts, 3 episodes to go.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Right, there you go, guys. 6.5 out of 10. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and peace.